Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Command Central. Today I'm going to tell you how to make your custom mobs naturally spawn. This episode I will be covering 3 methods to do this. The most complex one, the second most complex one, and the most simple one. Now unfortunately, the most complicated one is the most reliable and the least complicated one is the least reliable. So you're going to have to choose how you want to balance this out. So I'm going to start with the most simple one. So if I want to create a zombie, like a new mob called the Evil, for instance, I might make it so it only spawns when it's on top of iron ore, because iron ore only spawns in caves and it only spawns rarely on extreme hills where it's revealed. So you can say that this mob only spawns in caves or on extreme hills. Excuse that. So if we have a zombie that spawns here, there's nothing really special about it. You can die, thank you very much. But if your zombie happens to walk onto here, then it will become the Evil, which will just be the new mob. The disadvantage of doing it this way is that you can have your mob, there he is, you push him on there, and he instantly becomes the Evil. So not really that reliable. But the other method is doing it this way. It's where a zombie might come into contact with another entity, like a spider. So let's push these guys together. This doesn't want to cooperate. Let's try again. So you push them together and the zombie becomes the Evil again. So that is a little bit more random, a little bit more reliable, although it is very difficult to determine the probability of that happening. Now the last method is very reliable. The probability of stuff happening is very deterministic. So I've got all these 5 armor stands called X-Select, one of which gives a newly spawned zombie, a speed effect. So 1 in 5 zombies will have speed. So this guy has speed. And wow, that worked out perfectly because there's 5 zombies here. So there we go. So there is a chance that zombies can have a speed effect. And I just killed my armor stands. Alright, so the first method is the most simple. All I'm doing is going execute at E type equals zombie, name equals zombie. That's important because it means that only if it's named zombie it would affect it, because you can change the name and then it will no longer look for it. And it goes detect, below it, iron ore, any type, entity data at E, R equals 0, type equals zombie. And then you can choose your entity data there. Now, you better name it, because if you don't, then this entity data will just be constantly set, and we do not want that. And also if another custom mob with a name walks over it, then that will be affected as well, and you don't want that. So that is a very simple and reliable method. Well, not really reliable, but very simple, and it's just hard to determine the probabilities of what's going on here. And the other method is also pretty simple. You're looking for a zombie that's named zombie, and then you're looking for your other entity. So in this case I've chosen a spider within a radius of 1, and it will set the entity data of that zombie within a radius of 1 of the spider, and then it will set its custom name. So you'll see that actually in my vampires and mages mostly, because they're looking for bats, whereas for this method here, you'll see that in my desert assassin one, because they're detecting for sandstone. And also my skeleton king boss, I believe that was called the Blight, but that uses a bit of this method as well. And this is the one I'm covering now. So every single entity in the world, you can actually specify the entity as well, like type equals zombie, right? Gets a life score added 20 times a second. Then, if a newly spawned mob is detected, that's not an armor stand. I just put that there just so players don't place down an armor stand and suddenly a zombie nearby gets speed. But then it will select a random armor stand, and you have to specify the type, because otherwise it will look for a player, and we do not want that. So the name is X-Select, and then it will set a redstone block. So it is picking one of these 5, just one, at random. It's got no specific order, and it will set a redstone block there. So if the redstone block gets set here, nothing will happen, but if it gets set here, then it will activate this command here, and that will affect all new zombies. That's why I've got score X life equals 3, so that means 3 or less. So at R, type equals zombie, and then it will give it the speed. And you can do this with entity data, pretty much any command. And then straight after that, it sets the armor stand blower with air, so it's instantly reset, basically. And that's all I have for this tutorial because someone did comment on it. I will link you to other videos in the description that use these methods. Unfortunately, I do not have any explanation for this method apart from this video. But in my Desert Assassin tutorial and my recent binomials tutorial, which I understand that was very complex, not many people would have sat through all that, but I will link it in there anyway to explain this into a lot more detail because the probabilities of this are just insane. So anyway, I am away, so if I don't answer your comments immediately, then I am very sorry, but it's from Tuesday to Friday, I'll be away. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.